any program that furthers our cause or helps students or helps us get into school or anything, you know, or even helps reading is like really, really important. Education is kind of the key to anything you want to do, anything in life, and so I think this is part of education.
5 minutes away from the start of the show. We have 400 people here. We have up to 60 people in the other room in the Black Box Theater. Welcome everybody to Oxnard College Performing Arts in this theater. Amazing.
The blessing that a celebrity has is you kind of have their attention the minute you walk onto a campus.
From ex-con to icon. Let's hear it for Danny Trejo, everybody. Big round of applause. Let him hear it.
Not so much like Danny Trejo, but the guy from Spy Kids, the guy from Con Air, the guy from Blood In, Blood Out. That's the guy they want to hear. So the message is, you know, for me, take drugs and alcohol out of your life, and education is the key to anything you want to do.
You got an interesting start in this business. I mean, you came to a set, and why don't you tell them the story, what happened?
I was a drug counselor, really.
Yeah.
And, I worked for a place called Western Pacific Rehab, and what we did was detox, you know, drug addicts. And one of the kids I was working with called me up and said, "Hey, I'm having a lot of problems, you know, there's a lot of blow on my set." This was 1985.
Wow.
Cocaine was kind of running rampant. So he gave me an address to a warehouse, and I thought he worked in a warehouse. And that's what I thought, but when I got to the address, it was a movie set. It was the movie set of a movie called Runaway Train with John Boyd and Eric Roberts. And I walked on the set. I thought it was the cutest thing I'd ever seen in my life. All these guys were walking around like, "Hey, come on there." It was funny. They were like all being so tough. And guys would come up to me, "Hey, is this tough?" I go, "Yeah, you'd be somebody's wife in prison. Keep it up." I kept smearing all their tattoos. They all had tattoos. Like, "Oh, hey, I'm sorry, man." All their tattoos smeared. And finally, this guy came up and said, "Hey, do you want to be in this movie?" I says, "What do I got to do?" He says, "Do you want to be an extra?" I said, "Extra what?" He says, "Can you act like a convict?" I thought, let me see, I've been in San Quentin, Folsom, Soledad, Chino. I'll give it a shot. Took off my shirt, I had that big tattoo. I'll never forget, the guy goes, the kid goes, wait. He goes, I'm trying to figure, what barrio is that? Kids give me a gang sign. So, and that's, you know, that was how I got started in the movie.
Latino Thought Makers is great for the community, great for Latino, especially students here and young students growing up, knowing this. I like Danny Trejo for being here, supporting our community, showing that support to us, telling us even though kids that are coming here that come from a background like his, you know, I came from a background like his, and knowing God changed my life like him, I think it's awesome.
Was there a moment in your life where you had that, you know, moment of understanding your life where you said, "This is my rock bottom, I gotta change"? Do you remember it?
Yeah, mine was Cinco de Mayo, 1968 in Soledad prison.
Wow.
You know, me, Ray Pacheco, Henry Quijada were involved in a prison riot, and some serious stuff went down. You know, we had 3 gas chamber offenses, and I sit in the hole. And you finally, you come to a point to where all your cool, all your hip, all your smarts, every teacher that ever said, "Boy, he has a lot of potential," all that, it just comes to, I'm gonna die. You know, I am worth absolutely nothing but a gas bill. And I made a deal. I just said, you know what, if you let me die with dignity, I will say your name every day, and I will do whatever I can for my fellow man.
Yeah.
There's a little, basically, I thought I was only going to live a couple more years.
God surprised you.
The good Lord fooled me, and he's got me doing this for the rest of my life.
Now, was there someone in your life, was there an educator that really made a difference? Can you tell me about that?
I had a lot of good role models, but I chose to follow someone that wasn't. Because my dad was hard working. There was nothing soft about my dad. He was hard working, and that just didn't impress me too much. It just didn't seem like what I wanted to do for a living. And in growing up, I think there was only kind of, you could either be a laborer or work in a body shop and sand cars, or a criminal. And it seemed that criminals were always clean and had money. And
It's kind of logical.
The laborers were sweaty, and the body guys had dust all over. So it just kind of, and then my uncle, who was running around doing robberies and using drugs, it's kind of like, that's kind of where I went. That's where I followed.
What I got out of listening to Danny Trejo was that no matter where you come from and what your options are, you can overcome whatever you're faced with to be successful. As he mentioned, he was brought up with great parents, and he made choices that didn't put him in the best places. But for whatever reason, he was able to snap out of that and ended up making better choices to have a successful career.
You're not just doing acting, you're doing so much more. You're now you're Mr. Culinary. You got
Trejo's Tacos. I got a restaurant. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
My mom always had a dream of opening up a restaurant. That open up a little. She's a fabulous cook, unbelievable cook, right? And but it's in the 50s. That was when the man worked and the woman took care of the house. Really kind of. Every time she would talk about a restaurant, I traemos la cocina. We got a kitchen right here.
Yeah.
And so, and I don't mean that sarcastic, that's the truth.
Yeah.
So one day after my mom had passed away, we were I was doing a movie called Badass, and the producer was a guy named Ash, and the director was Craig Moss. Great movies, there were 3 of them, right? Me and Danny Glover, and he was a foodie. The producer had great catering and everything. It was great food. So, and we would always be talking about food and stuff. And so he jokingly said, "Well, don't you open a restaurant, Danny?" I said, "Trejo's Tacos." And so we did Badass. Then we did Badass 2, and then we did Badass on the Bayou, and
Badass goes to college.
Badass goes to college. But so the third one, they actually brought a business plan, and that's why I give it to my agents. Here, Gloria, check this out.
And she
kind of said you can't lose, So
I mean, you're not losing. You're actually going to expand.
Yes.
I mean, you got another one.
We got that one, and now we're putting up another one in about a month and a half. We're opening up another one. So.
And these are vegan tacos, right?
Well, no, we're vegan friendly.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
no, wait a minute. Because let me tell you about there's 8 or 9 of you in a movie or something, right? Especially in entertainment, and you decide to go out to dinner. Inevitably, somebody's going to say, "Well, I don't eat meat," or I'm vegetarian, or I can't eat gluten. So we just did it all. We're gluten free too. Here, eat this tofu. So, but it's funny. They gave me a taco. I ate it. It was delicious. I said, "What is this?" It's tofu. I said, "Wow, give me another one, but don't tell nobody."
That's right.
Machete's tofu.
Yeah, because in our community, meat's a big thing, you know.
I
It's
know
like
you're telling me.
I mean,
we got a brisket taco. That,
oh yeah, it's like Mexicans use everything but the moo on a cow. I mean, you know, you try explaining menudo to an Anglo, it's hard.
Thank you, Danny, for being here in Oxnard and empowering our community, showing the kids how to make a better living, and and things, can be better. And I love the way that his life has been going through a change and a positive change.
It's great. I've worked with you, I know that, but I actually got excited when we were able to get you to come here. And I know your schedule, because right now on IMDb, which is how actors put what they're doing, he has 26 to 30 projects you're doing right now. And you've got even more in 2017, you've got even more. And tonight, this is what this man's done. Tomorrow morning, he has to be on a set at 6 a.m. in the morning. 6 a.m., which means you got to get up at 4. You got to do your hair. It's going to take a long time. Stuff like that. It's going to be. You've been doing a lot of stuff. 6 a.m. Yeah. I got to get the hat. And you dress sharp. What is that? Who's your designer?
Memo. It's Memo.
Memo. Yeah.
G Memo.
G Memo. Good designer. And I got to tell you, look at that.
And I always carry a machete. Always.
And I got my G Memo on too. So I want to let you know I'm supporting Latino fashion people as well.
I'm originally a student here at Oxnard College, so I do hear about a lot of the events that they have going on. But knowing that it was a famous, I'll say, movie star coming, I wanted to come and take a part and see if I could see him. I would recommend people to come out and watch the Latino Thought Makers, because it's a beautiful event that Oxnard College is hosting, and it gives them an opportunity to come out and be a part of the community and be a part of the college. Just have fun and get a chance to do things, or maybe see things, or see people that they haven't saw before.
So on behalf of the students and the staff of Oxnard College, we wanted to show you our appreciation for you coming out tonight to share your experiences, your wisdom, and your time. Be part of Latino Thought Makers, this unique project that we've been working on for 3 years. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, It's something that Cesar Chavez said a long time ago. Si se puede. Sky's the limit. It's up to you. Personally, I'd rather shoot for the moon and miss than aim for the gutter and make it.